Well, good morning. I'm Whitney Martin.
And I'm Elliot Grandier. Let's get to your top stories today. We've got some breaking news this morning. A person is in custody after an hours-long standoff. This was in Rockford this morning over at the 300 block of Wood Road. Rockford police were on the scene since 5:30 this morning. The subject has now surrendered and detained. It's an ongoing investigation, though, of course. Any information that we get into our newsroom, we'll be relaying here as well.
Joey.
And so far, still quiet out there this morning. Mostly cloudy skies. Got a nice view of downtown Rockford on our SkyTrack camera this morning. The Jefferson Street Bridge a little bit quiet this morning, but if you have yet to make it out, just a little bit breezy out there for your morning drive. Temperatures on the mild side for this time in February. 35 degrees now in Rockford, 32 up in Janesville, 33 out in DeKalb, 31 in Freeport, 30 right now in Galena. Now, mostly cloudy skies and also those breezy winds are holding our temperatures in the low to mid 30s right now. But this is what you have to look forward to as you make your way out the door this morning. 22-mile-per-hour winds in Rockford, 20 out in Freeport, 20 in Galena. These are the winds that are going to stick around with us as we head into the afternoon. Now, so far, all of the precipitation this morning staying off towards the south. We are just left with mostly cloudy skies. Dry conditions for right now. As we go into the afternoon, there is a chance that we could see some patchy drizzle at times as moisture streams into the region. So there'll be patchy drizzle and maybe some passing flurries this evening, but overall mostly cloudy and windy today, with a high of 37. Dropping down to 25 tonight, so the cooler air is going to change everything to light snow, some flurries overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Cloudy skies and windy, but also with the snowfall totals, about a dusting to an inch could be expected across the state line. The more northwest you are, the less you're going to be getting. But if you're off in southern DeKalb County, also southern McHenry County, could see up to an inch. That's about it. Quiet conditions move in by the end of the work week. 25 degrees for Thursday and Friday. Warming up as we head into the weekend. Back to you.
For those of you watching on Channel 17, Good Morning America, continuing after the break.
For everyone else, your only local newscast on Fox 39.
Live from Fox 39 and your home team. Eyewitness News in the morning starts now.
Well, our economy taking a turn in the midst of the coronavirus outbreak. The way the White House is now responding.
Plus, thousands of people celebrate the end of the carnival season in New Orleans. One major change, though, this year as organizers focus on sustainability.
And an emotional day at the Staples Center as people pay tribute to Kobe Bryant. The speech his wife gave, revealing a different side of the basketball legend. Want to start, though, here at home with a live look outside. Look at that. There's grass underneath that snow. We're starting to see it now.
Hoping to see that stay for good. Just
The greener, the
no
better.
more. Yeah, it was funny. I was this weekend was the first time, and it's like, oh wow, all the brown grass. You're happy to see it though, as it finally means that spring is maybe on its way.
That's what we're just hoping for. We've really dodged a bullet today. Let's go right to meteorologist Joy Marino to see really what happened with the system.
Yeah, I remember over the weekend I was walking Casey, first step out the door, it felt like spring. I had to capture the moment with a nice picture. But as we roll into today, it's a little bit breezy out there, but luckily we're going to be staying dry for most of our day out there. Looking at low to mid 30s for most of us out there, 35 in Rockford, starting out at 32 up in Janesville, 34 in Sterling, 33 right now in Rochelle. But the winds are the story this morning. Breezy conditions out there, about 15 to 20 mile per hour winds in most spots. Some of us over that, 22 here in Rockford, 20 out in Galena, 20 in both Rochelle and DeKalb. Could make for a little bit of a bumpy drive, but so far all of the precipitation staying off towards our south. Mostly cloudy skies as we take a look at the rest of the day today. Not much to worry about besides those windy conditions, a little patchy drizzle here and there during the afternoon, but highs in the upper 30s. We could see a passing flurry or two this evening as well. Let's take a look at our first Warren interactive radar. Pretty quiet out there so far. Precip staying off towards the south as we go into the rest of the work week. Looking pretty quiet. Cooling down a little bit, but then we have warmer temps for the weekend again.
Yeah, it's just nice to know that we won't be digging ourselves out today instead. Yeah.
Go out and enjoy Fat Tuesday. I forgot what day it was.
Whatever. Just go out and enjoy it.
Thursday.
Thanks, Joey.
Well, it's 8:02 right now. More cases of the coronavirus now confirmed around the world, really taking a toll on the economy. Monday, the Dow dropping more than 1,000 points. We're feeling those effects today, though. Stock markets worldwide also taking a plunge. The White House requesting $1.25 billion in emergency funds to address the disease. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer blasting the Trump administration, saying this move is, quote, too little too late. Right now, there are more than 50 confirmed cases in the U.S. Health officials say that number will likely rise.
The high-risk environment that the Diamond Princess cruise ship passengers came from, I would not be surprised if we have additional cases.
Officials from the HHS, excuse me, go ahead.
You're right. I got you. And Homeland Security and State heading to Capitol Hill today just to give a partly classified bipartisan briefing today. Well, of course, yeah. Well, some companies are actually doing well amid this outbreak. If you can believe that, Clorox, their stock has jumped close to an all-time high Monday from the likelihood more hospitals and homes need its products. Zoom video communications has also surged nearly 40% in 5 weeks. This is basically happening because of the belief that more online meetings help avoid personal contact with potentially infected people. Gold, another thing that's actually doing well, is holding strong, and economic upheavals jumped to a 7-year high as well.
Well, despite these shock waves through the financial markets, the outbreak causing one digital currency to soar.
And today's Consumer Watch, a boost for Bitcoin.
Digital money is making a comeback. The price of Bitcoin is hovering near $10,000, up more than 10% this month. It's the best start to the year for Bitcoin since 2012. Cryptocurrency experts say coronavirus fears are one factor boosting Bitcoin prices, saying it's an asset that often goes up when investors feel nervous. Lingering fears around U.S.-China trade relations, Brexit, and global political tensions are also strong factors boosting prices. And it's not just Bitcoin. Gold recently saw a boost, surging this month and trading at a 7-year high. Experts say both are benefiting from historically low interest rates, which has led to a decline in the U.S. dollar compared to other currencies over the past few months. Experts say gold, Bitcoin, and other digital currencies have historically done well when investors bet that the value of big government-backed currencies will fall. They're seen as an alternative for investors looking to safeguard their wealth. If you're interested in investing, experts recommend you treat Bitcoin as a long-term investment and treat it as a small part of your portfolio, given the volatility of cryptocurrency.
Well, Bitcoin prices are still more than 50% below the all-time high of nearly $20,000. That was back in 2017.
Presidential candidates preparing for a big debate in South Carolina tonight. This is a must-win state for Joe Biden. Bernie Sanders catching up. The new poll this morning shows that Sanders now within the margin of error. His expansion on his college and Medicare for All platforms have landed him as an early favorite, along with unveiling an itemized list of programs and how much they'll cost.
Well, new legal chapter in the Roger Stone saga starts today. A U.S. District Court judge has 2 hearings set. She'll consider what to do regarding a motion from Stone's lawyers. They claim alleged misconduct from a juror. President Trump has commented in public and on Twitter that he thinks a new trial for Stone is in order. He did not, however, say if he's planning to pardon Stone. Last week, Stone was sentenced to just over 3 years in prison for hindering probes into Russia's actions in the last presidential campaign.
Well, the March primary now less than a month away. Winnebago County has a shortage of election judges, so it's looking to recruit some fresh faces.
Hannah Zettel spoke with some folks who've been a judge in the past. They say the title may be intimidating, but there are some incentives.
It's an honor and a privilege to have that right to vote.
With the Illinois primary just 3 weeks away, Winnebago County is on the hunt for election judges.
It is a basic, easy job as long as you follow instructions.
Joe Alleman has been an Illinois election judge for over 20 years.
It is a rewarding experience to learn about the voting process. There is a lot of preparation that's done behind the scenes that most of our voters have no idea what the election department does do to get the election ready for them to vote in.
On Election Day, judges are tasked with verifying voter registration, handing out ballots, and tallying votes when the polls close.
It is a long day from start to finish, but it is a fun day. It's a very rewarding day.
Winnebago County Clerk Lori Gummo says it takes over 500 election judges to get the job done, since 5 judges are required at each precinct in the county.
It's a tremendous undertaking, so that's why it's so important. If you've been thinking about becoming an election judge, this is the time to, step up and participate in the process.
Despite long hours, there are incentives for the job. Judges are paid roughly $120 for their service and receive an additional $10 at mandatory training classes.
And you want to make that experience as wonderful as it is, and it should be for everybody, whether you're voting first or whether you're voting for the 100th time.
Well, there are just a few weeks left to train to become a judge ahead of the primary election. Residents can find Winnebago County's application. That's on our website, mystateline.com.
It's 8:08 right now. A huge celebration finally here after months of preparing for this. The way people in New Orleans are getting ready for Mardi Gras.
And Joey's got a check of our forecast. Hey, Joey.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, definitely a windy day out there, mostly cloudy skies. We'll let you know if we're going to be seeing any snow from the system coming up in the first warn weather forecast. Stay tuned.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Whitney Martin, Elliot Grandia, and meteorologist Joey Marino. Now, your first warm weather forecast with meteorologist Joey Marino.
Good morning, everybody. So far, a quiet start to our Tuesday morning. Mostly cloudy skies, as we see on our Mercy Health SkyTrack camera over Brishell. Right now, you can see by the warmth from this past weekend, a lot of snow melting away. Now, as we go into the rest of our day today, we're going to feature mostly cloudy skies and also windy conditions. Already winds across the area upwards of 15 to 20. Some spots pushing upwards of 22 miles per hour. 18 out in Freeport, 12 up in Janesville, 20 in DeKalb, and also 20 out in Galena. But here's a look at wind gusts right now across the area. 31 in Rockford, 29 in Rochelle, 24 in Freeport, 26 up in Monroe. We've seen an uptick in the wind speeds and also wind gusts this morning. They're going to stick around with us for much of our day today. Mostly cloudy skies. You can see that most of the precipitation staying off towards the south. And that's where you're going to find the winter alerts this morning. The National Weather Service taking us out of that winter storm watch yesterday because of the southward trend in the track of this system. So you can see that there are winter weather advisories for central Missouri and also central Illinois, with winter storm watches up into northern Indiana, stretching up into Michigan. And that's because the first part of this system is now making its way through central Illinois, bringing some light to moderate snow across those areas. You can see part two now making its way into the central plains. This is going to be moving in tonight into tomorrow morning, bringing another dosage of heavy snow to portions south of us. And like I said, because of the southward trend in the track of this system, that's also going to focus more on those higher totals into central Illinois, where those winter weather advisories and also those winter storm watches are up into northern Indiana and also up into Michigan. And that also leaves us on the northern fringe of this system. So we're going to be looking at lower totals by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. So let's take a look at Futurecast. We're going to see mostly cloudy skies today. It's going to be windy throughout the day as well. So as you're traveling home later on today, just make sure to have a firm grip on that steering wheel. We could see wind gusts up near 25 to 30 miles per hour. Most of the precipitation staying off towards our south, but there could be a little bit of moisture that streams northward, allowing for maybe some patchy drizzle and a passing flurry to happen throughout the day today. We'll get our best chance for snow showers tonight, but more off towards the southeast. I think about a dusting to a half-inch here in Rockford could be expected off to the southeast in DeKalb County, maybe even southern Lee County up into southern McHenry County. That's where we'll get closer up towards an inch, because all the totals are going to be more to the south and southeast of us. Dry air does work its way in throughout the day tomorrow into Thursday morning, and that's going to bring in some dry conditions for the end of the work week, and then also cooler air with that high pressure system to the northwest. You can see that temperatures for the rest of the work week go down into the mid-20s by Thursday and Friday before we start to see warmer air arrive by the weekend. 32 Saturday, first day of meteorological spring, 39 degrees, and then we go up into the low 40s as we head into the start of next week. So today's forecast, 37 degrees, mostly cloudy, windy, could keep a chance for a scattered drizzle and an isolated flurry or two. Then tonight dropping down to 25 degrees. This is where we'll get our best chance for snow showers, cloudy skies, windy, and 25 degrees by tomorrow morning. Like I said, cooling down for the rest of the work week. Then as we roll into the weekend, warmer temperatures staying dry into Saturday, watching a slight chance for maybe some drizzle and also some light rain Sunday into Monday. Now, we got a couple of birthdays that we've been celebrating all morning. The first one we want to celebrate is McKenna's birthday. Absolutely.
She's just so cute.
She's adorable. I love the stance. I love the picture. Happy birthday, McKenna. Hopefully you have a wonderful day today. The second birthday we have is Joel. And lovely smile there you got there, buddy. Hopefully you have a wonderful birthday today. If you have a birthday coming up, go to mystateline.com. Go to Rosie's Birthday Club, sponsored by Nothing Bundt Cakes. A fabulous way to get some sweet treats. Send us all the information. We'd love to celebrate your birthday here on Eyewitness News.
Yeah, and that giveaway will be on Friday, too. Get those little buntinis.
So
good. Yeah. Well, from beads, parade floats, to booze and Bourbon Street, New Orleans really knows how to throw a party. We've been watching the live stream, too.
I know, they've been cleaning up all morning long. City waits all year long for this massive event, and it's finally here.
It's like Christmas for New Orleans.
Mardi Gras marking the last day of the carnival season.
It's hard to imagine how much people look forward to the parade every year and how much people look forward to Mardi Gras, and you want to make it worth their while.
And to make it worthwhile, the crews have been preparing for months.
We've got sculptors and painters, seamstresses, jewelers, paper arts, a whole series of industries that really make this such a beautiful celebration.
It fuels the city's economy and guarantees a memorable time for the thousands that come to watch the parades.
I'm gonna take you to see the Zulu King in New Orleans at the Mardi Gras.
Tell me something! This year, a focus on sustainable and recyclable throws.
We have just tried to emphasize quality over quantity, go with more reusable items, and so we do have a lot of those this year.
A large portion of the beads will get recycled, highlighting just one of the many aspects already being planned for 2021.
So we already have designs for next year's parade ready to go, so the whole process starts over.
Well, it is 8:16 right now. Recent scrutiny has not stopped Juul from releasing a new product, the plans they have, and a new age limit device.
Plus, Vanessa Bryant pays tribute to her late husband and her daughter, and the personal story she shared with thousands of people. Well, if you forgot to order Girl Scout cookies, you're in luck, guys. Don't worry.
You did not.
Just email. Yeah, I did not. Just email Jennifer Garner. She's posting a video on Instagram telling us if we need Girl Scout cookies, we can just contact her with our favorite flavors and address, and she'll get them for us. Supplies are limited. The email address she shared is jenhasextra@gmail.com. So I'm guessing this is a joke, but we should try.
We don't
Just
know.
give it a whirl.
Give it a
See if
whirl.
also send some to our newsroom.
Well, yesterday, a very emotional day for the friends and family of Kobe Bryant. A memorial service for Kobe and his daughter Gianna held in LA. There were a lot of important moments, but one of those was the 21-minute speech that Kobe's wife Vanessa shared. We learned a lot about their relationship, including the fact that Kobe actually bought Vanessa the blue dress and shoes that Rachel McAdams wore in the movie The Notebook. Vanessa said Kobe bought it to her, brought her that dress because that was the moment that he came back. They came back together in the movie. They wanted to grow old with Vanessa, like the characters from the movie. So you don't realize he was a romantic too. There's so many things that we didn't see on the court.
I give her so much credit because, just thinking about how hard this all is, just so tragic, and then, you're really in front of everyone. I mean,
so strong.
Thousands and thousands of people, everyone's watching on, watching the ceremony on air and online, and, just to have to really deal with all this in front of so many people. But the message was beautiful. Definitely. Well, we're talking about space as well today, thanks to Pink Floyd. We now know what the dark side of the moon looks like, and now we know what the far side of the moon looks like. The lunar orbiter spacecraft, it's sending data that gives us the point of view of Apollo 13 astronauts. This is crazy.
Wow.
The video features 4K resolution of lunar surface views, including Earth set and sunrise. Now, due to timing reasons, the views are sped up a bit, but more information is available on NASA's website. I still can't believe that, you know, people have seen this. You know what I mean? Like, that we've sent astronauts to the moon. It still gets me.
They totally want right now. It's just so genuine. Well, the Byron nuclear power plant, it's a major milestone. It's been more than a decade now in the making. Alexis Carpello stopping by the facility. Workers there say that they owe a lot of retired employees who laid the groundwork.
4,500 consecutive days of operation at the Byron Nuclear Generating Station calls for a celebration.
It's an astonishing accomplishment.
Retired shift manager Mark Rasmussen took his nuclear engineering degree straight from college to the Byron station.
I started in 1982, and I just retired last year in 2019. And mostly as the operators, we were just sitting there ready to deal with any sort of things that came up that were unexpected.
Nuclear power plants heat water to produce steam. That steam is then used to generate electricity.
So a lot of the work that some of us did early in our careers here back in the 70s and 80s was addressing those issues that made the plant less reliable. And this accomplishment of 45 years here, and especially the 4,500 consecutive days, it's kind of a vindication that what we did was effective.
Current plant manager Harris Welts says routine maintenance, established by people like Rasmussen, has been critical.
4,500 days goes back to 2007, so that's a lot of years and a lot of work to make that happen. A tribute to all of our 700 employees that work here at Byron Station to operate the plant day and night, address all of our issues and keep the units running all the time.
In the end, Walt says the effort is all about safety.
Our number one goal is to generate electricity for the communities. We have to operate our plant safely and reliably every day, and then we have to do the right maintenance on our equipment at the right time so that we don't have any issues operating the plant.
A recent 20-year license extension means the plant will provide power for years to come.
It's a very important thing. Things like renewables are important, but they're intermittent, whereas our nuclear plants are always operating in the coldest weather and the warmest days in the summer.
Units were originally designed to operate for 40 years. Maintenance is credited with extending that life for 20 more. And to see that whole celebration, everything's on our website. Well, it is 8:23 right now.
That's right. We're talking about our Morning Mug Club. We want to hear from you guys. How are you celebrating Fat Tuesday?
Yeah, so go to our Facebook page, comment on our Morning Mug Club post. I'm definitely going to try to get into IHOP today.
You want IHOP? I just want a punchkis from anywhere. They're so good.
That too.
Oh, you know what?
Is she coming? Is she there? Is that her light in her?
Is actually above our studio right
Michelle,
now.
if you can hear us, throw us a punchki.
SOS.
We'll catch them with open arms. They're so good. So you've never had one. Nope. And so I was trying to describe, because they were asking us kind of what a punchki is.
Like a pastry.
Crystal sent a picture, our producer sent a picture.
I was going to say it's like a mix between a jelly donut and like one of those cream puffs that you get at like the Wisconsin Fair. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
She does not agree with me.
No. I agree, but it took me a second because I was thinking, I don't think I know what it is now. I think I'm confusing it.
It's been a while since you
had it. It's been a while since I've had one.
Well, I had one on Sunday, so I was a little premature.
So that's what it is. Is it filled then?
Yes. Well, I think they come in different ways, because the one that I had on Sunday was actually like cut in half, and then it was just stuffed with stuff in the middle. But sometimes I think they just inject it with.
Is Michelle here? Michelle, can you hear us? We'll have to have her bring one in here. Okay.
She's like eating her punchki by herself. She's like, I'm not going to share.
Okay, we're going to try to get some in here. We'll break them open. We'll show you what's inside. But let us know on our Facebook page. How are you celebrating? Let's see those comments. Well, good morning. I'm Whitney Martin.
And I'm Elliot Grandia. Let's get to some of your top stories today. A person is in custody this morning after an hours-long standoff. This was in Rockford at around 5:30 this morning over on the 300 block of Wood Road. Now, the subject has been surrendered and detained. An ongoing investigation continues, though we'll, of course, continue to update you as we learn more.
More cases of the coronavirus now confirmed around the world, and it's taking a toll on the economy. On Monday, the Dow dropped more than 1,000 points. Stock markets worldwide also taking a plunge. The White House requesting a $1.25 billion in emergency funds to address the disease. Joey?
Temperatures so far have been pretty stagnant, holding on to the low to mid 30s across the state line this morning, all because of the cloud cover and also those strong winds. 35 right now in Rockford, 32 up in Janesville, 31 in Freeport, 34 in Sterling, and 30 right now out in Galena. But if you can see with these winds, pretty gusty out there, 22 miles per hour in Rockford, 20 out in Galena, 21 in both Rochelle and also DeKalb. But you can see here pretty much the precipitation holding off towards the south, leaving us with mostly cloudy skies. And that's why there are winter alerts down to our south. We were taken out of that winter storm watch yesterday during the day, mostly cloudy and windy. Those wind gusts could still go up towards 25 to 30 miles per hour. But then as we look at the chance for scattered flurries and maybe some patchy drizzle this afternoon. But overall, the better chances for snow will be tonight. About a dusting to about an inch is possible across the state line, more off towards the southeast. You'll find your heavier totals 25 degrees by tomorrow morning. Now we're going to be cooling down after the storm system moves out. 25 Thursday, Friday also 25, then warming up for the weekend. Back to you.
Well, Good Morning America continues next.
And more local news right here on Fox 39. Have a good one.
Live from Fox 39 and your home team. Eyewitness News in the morning starts now.
TSA bans a popular video app. The reason they're concerned about TikTok and why they don't want their employees using it.
And Juul could soon come out with a new device, the regulations it comes with, and the lineup with a new law.
Plus, Justin Bieber has a new reason to celebrate the record he just broke, previously held by Elvis.
I listened to him on the way into work today.
What song? The Yummy Yummy?
No, there's another one.
I don't know.
Sawyer, my son sings Yummy Yummy in the car.
I think Sawyer's version is better.
Yeah, it's not quite full English, but it's there.
Oh, this is a live look outside right now. But more concerning, though, is where are our pooch keys?
I know. Michelle's here. Okay.
We're just calling out. She's actually been saving them. She's been
Michelle,
super nice.
thank you.
She brought them back.
Thank you so much.
God bless her. She's like, these are for another segment later on.
The reason that we really thank you, Michelle, for bringing these. She's over here in the corner. But the reason we asked about these was because I was confused on what they were. But this looks good. This is not what I thought.
Smaller than the ones that I've had, but it looks really tasty. We're like looking at them, not even showing. Okay, so this is from Bella Luna Bakery. These are the punchkis. Yeah. King cake underneath. Oh, okay. So we'll want to get a close up of those. I don't want to eat it on camera because I know it's just jelly's gonna go all over me.
But I'm just kidding.
I'm looking forward to this. Joey, why don't you take over and then we'll work on this.
I was about to say, let's just get right to the weather because I want to go try one of those delicious treats. They were made with love. They were made with love. Let's take a look at our forecast for this morning. Looking at temperatures outside, they're in the low to mid 30s still. Hard to budge when you have those winds and that cloud cover out there. 35 degrees right now in Rockford, 31 in Freeport, 30 up in Monroe. But the winds are the main story today. Still looking at wind speeds across the area, 15 to 20 miles per hour. A couple of spots still over 20 miles per hour. That's going to be consistent throughout the day today. Mostly cloudy skies, precipitation holding off towards the south. We've been dry so far this morning, but as we take a look at the rest of today, we're going to be staying mostly dry with the exception of maybe a chance for a patchy drizzle this afternoon. Also a passing flurry heading into this evening. Overall temperatures in the upper 30s. Now let's take a look at our first Warren interactive radar. Pretty quiet out there, as you can see on our satellite and radar, but pretty quiet day overall. Just a great day to enjoy Fat Tuesday and pass that
along.
I know.
Here.
This is your first official one.
Oh, okay. This is big.
Yes, this is my first one.
All right, here we go. What are your thoughts?
That is really good.
You're a big fan of Fat Tuesday now, aren't you?
Yes, I am. We're going to go to IHOP right after this.
We got a king cake here too, so we'll try that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to work you in here.
Lots of flatter than I thought.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying too.
But they're so good. They're nice and fried. That's what I like. All right, well, we'll get to our news now.
Yeah.
All right, thanks,
More importantly.
Well, new right now, the TSA has now banned the use of TikTok. It's all amid concerns about national security. The move comes after Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer called for the agency to stop using the China-owned app on Sunday. National security experts have flagged concerns about TikTok's collection of user data. Some employees have used the platform before on their personal devices just to create videos for TSA's social media engagement. The Departments of Defense, State, and Homeland Security have all banned TikTok on government devices and encouraging employees from using it.
Well, a lot of families now voicing concerns over air travel. Excuse me, they say that they've been forced to separate from their children on a plane because of the cost of assigned seating. A new Consumer Report petition is now putting 3 major airlines on the spot. So Delta, American United, to stop charging families extra for select seats that are together. Now, a previous complaint to the U.S. Department of Transportation, that was turned away because a number of complaints just were not large enough.
E-cigarette giant Juul now getting ready to propose, excuse me, a new type of device in the U.S. This should only work for people 21 and over. Now, according to the Wall Street Journal, Juul already sells e-cigarettes with an age lock in the UK and Canada, but companies have to submit their vaping products to the FDA by the middle of May if they want to sell them here in the U.S.
Well, actor Jussie Smollett pleading not guilty to felony disorderly conduct charges.
And millions of tax dollars are raked in during the state's first month of recreational pot sales. Here's what's making headlines around the state this morning. January sales brought in over $10 million to the state. About 3/4 of that came from the cannabis tax and $3 million from retail sales taxes. That money will now be redistributed into the cities where recreational weed was sold, along with some communities impacted by the war on drugs. The state initially expecting to collect around $28 million during the remainder of the fiscal year, but now that's expected to really go up way more than that.
A national group trying to get the attention of state lawmakers when it comes to keeping our water safe. The Alliance to Prevent Legionnaire's Disease is a national nonprofit made up of experts who push for ways to end the spread of the disease. They are in Springfield right now educating lawmakers. Legionnaire's is a severe form of pneumonia. Most people catch the disease by inhaling the bacteria from water or soil. Experts want lawmakers and the public to look at every case of the disease, not just the ones that has happened in a group.
We're focused on bringing down the number of cases of Legionnaire's disease, and we're having a hard time sustaining a focus on policies that actually address all the cases and not just outbreaks. And we think the outbreaks lead to poor public policy because they get developed overnight, they're reactive, and they're not comprehensive.
Well, in recent years, the Veterans Home in Quincy suffered from a Legionnaire's outbreak. 15 people died.
Former Empire actor Jussie Smollett pleads not guilty to new charges this week. He's accused of making false reports to police after allegedly staging a hate crime attack on himself.
This comes after a massive backlash following a decision last March to drop the original charges in the case.
Attention on Jussie Smollett as he returned to the Layton Criminal Courthouse. So much attention, a couple of photographers lost their footing trying to get photos of the actor. The former Empire star had to appear in court once again for allegedly lying about an attack.
He's strong, he's resilient, he'll get through this, but it's frustrating.
Charges had been dropped against Smollett, but Special Prosecutor Dan Webb was asked to investigate how the case was handled. The result? Smollett is pleading not guilty to 6 counts of disorderly conduct. He appeared before Cook County Judge Leroy Martin Jr. for his case to be assigned to another judge. Attorneys for Smollett filed motions to have the case dismissed and to have the Illinois Supreme Court step in to stop the proceedings.
Previously, he did forfeit his bond in the amount of $10,000. That, in essence, was a punishment stemming from the criminal proceedings, and therefore trying to punish him again a second time around is not permitted under the double jeopardy clause.
Last year, Smollett told Chicago police officers he was the victim of a homophobic attack. Police questioned Abel and Ola Osendero. They were never charged. Today, the attorney representing the Osendero brothers said the brothers wanted to be in court today to witness the process.
The brothers want the public to know that they were honest and open and remorseful about their conduct involved in this entire event. They have been truthful since day one.
Smollett left court without incident. A fan shouted his character's name, and he said thank you before leaving in a waiting car.
Well, Smollett is expected to be back in court coming up March 18th.
Well, it's 8:38 right now. Justin Bieber breaks a new record. He's the youngest artist to ever reach this milestone.
And Joey, have you finished your punchki?
Yes, I did. It was very delicious. Now on to IHOP. But first, we'll tell you about that snowstorm that's coming into the Midwest and all in the forecast coming up.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Whitney Martin, Elliot Grandia, and meteorologist Joey Marino. Now, your first warm weather forecast with meteorologist Joey Marino.
Good morning, everybody. With all the talk about snow, let's take a look on how so far we have done this season. Since December 1st at the Rockford International Airport, we've got about 19.8 inches of snow. Still well below average, as normal to date is around 28.5 inches. At this time last year, we were sitting at 35.2 inches of snow. So far, the largest daily snowfall that we've gotten was back on January 17th with a snowfall of 3.2 inches. But pretty quiet out there so far this morning. Taking a live look at our SkyTrack camera down at the Rochelle Airport. Mostly cloudy skies. The story so far this morning have been the winds. Very gusty winds have moved in this morning. Some of us still in between 15 to 20 miles per hour. Others a little bit higher in between 20 and 25. You can see that 22 here in Rockford, 25 in DeKalb, 20 out in Galena. A couple of spots still reporting wind gusts over 25 miles per hour this morning. And that's going to be consistent throughout the entire day today as these winds out of the northeast stick around into the afternoon. Overall, pretty quiet so far, mostly cloudy skies. You can see that all the precipitation is staying off to the south of the state line, and that's where you'll find our winter alerts this morning. Yesterday throughout the day, the National Weather Service did take us out of that winter storm watch. So far, winter weather advisory still remains in effect for portions of central Missouri into central Illinois, and then those winter storm watches are in northern Indiana stretching up into Michigan because we have two low pressure systems as part of this big winter storm. The first part is now moving into the Tennessee Valley. That was over the weekend. We were thinking that both of these low pressure systems were going to congeal into a stronger low pressure system, but that wasn't the case. They did not phase into one another. This one became much weaker with mid-level flow and is now moving into the Ohio Valley. This one is the stronger of the two. That's going to be moving in tonight a little bit more towards the south as anticipated over the weekend. We did see those models keeping this track a little bit more towards the north, but yesterday throughout the day, Candace and I were saying that models were honing in on a more southerly track, and that's the case with this storm system. You can see that the higher snowfall totals are more focused in central Illinois up into northern Indiana, leaving us on the northern fringe of the system, which means that we're probably going to be seeing a lot less than what was anticipated. So Futurecast showing dry conditions today. Could see some patchy drizzle, maybe a light flurry or two during the afternoon and evening, but better chances do hold for snow overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Mostly cloudy skies, holding on to those windy conditions. Everything should be tapering off by the time we get to 9-10 o'clock in the morning as this low pressure system moves off towards the east. Dry air works its way in, bringing us not only a dry end to the work week, but a cooler one with high pressure to the northwest. You can see snow totals by model now for tonight into tomorrow morning, down under a half inch. I think here in Rockford about a dusting to a half inch could be expected. And then if you're off towards southern Lee County, southern DeKalb County, southern McHenry County, could see upwards of an inch. 37 degrees today. We'll keep a chance for patchy drizzle, a passing flurry or two. Otherwise, mostly cloudy and windy tonight, dropping down to 25 degrees. Scattered snow showers and cloudy skies take us into tomorrow. Cooler end to the work week, but staying dry. We'll see warmer temps as we go into the weekend. So hopefully you guys get to enjoy that while I'm freezing my butt off up in upstate New York.
I forgot you're just days away.
The bachelor party.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I'm excited to hear about this too, and I love that your dad's going to be there too. You're like, he works overnight, so he's like, I'm excited my dad's going to be over.
I would bring my mom too, I think.
I told all my groomsmen, I said, prepare for a good time, but make sure you get those heavy coats because it's going to be cold.
Oh my God. It's going to get crazy.
It's going to get crazy. It's going to get cold.
Gina better watch out.
Oh, okay.
Nothing too fancy.
Be right back.
See ya.
That's good.